Hello, Senior 2. Now we're going to explain the final revision about your curriculum in first term. Our final revision today, will conclude some questions. I want you to try to solve it before listening my video. First one, students collect the sum of the solution from the flowing in stem of plant. Which of the following would be present in liquid? Aphid experiments show us that sucrose and amino acids are present in the solution. So C. Number 2, decrease in which factors of the following factors, would normally cause the transpiration rate increase. Transpiration meaning get the water outside. To get water vapor outside by diffusion or from high to low concentration. So the humidity, the amount of water vapor in air must be low to diffuse from the stomata, to outside the plant. So D. Number 3. Which of the following is correct explanation of the effect root hair on absorption? Root hair provide a large surface area, maximizing the rate of absorption of water and ions by osmosis. Ions by osmosis? No. Provide large surface area, maximizing the rate of absorption of water by osmosis and ions by active transport. Ions by active transport, not ideal. That's the normal one. C. Increased surface area, maximizing uptake water by osmosis and ions by diffusion. Yes. So the answer here, C. Number 4. Which law of the table below show the correct chambers of the heart from those with the thinnest wall to thickest one? From thin to thick. Left ventricle, right ventricle, left atrium. The chambers that used in contraction must be thick, to pump the blood. And if the distance will be very long, so the thickness must be very thick. So left ventricle, push blood from the ventricle to left ventricle to the lung. So the distance here not long but short. Right ventricle, no. Pump the blood from the left ventricle to all body, So must be very thick. Right ventricle, pump the blood from the right ventricle to the lung, so its thickness will be less. Left atrium, that push the blood or pump the blood from the atrium to the ventricle, so it's a very short distance, so must be the thinnest one. So the left atrium, the thinnest one, then the right ventricle, then the left ventricle, so D. Which of the following statement would be incorrect for most of the veins in the human body? Carry blood at low pressure, have valves, no, they return back to heart, yes. So the rejected one is C. Have valves, no, it is not pulsated. The diagram below show a vertical section through in a human heart. Which row of the following table has the correct name for the structures table that labeled in the diagram? X is this is pulmonary artery, so this valve is semilunar valve. Here is valve, another valve between left atrium and ventricle, so it's bicuspid valve. This is a septum Z, so X semilunar valve or semilunar valve is X. Y is atrioventricular or bicuspid valve, atrioventricular, and Z is septum, so the answer is B. Which of the following is an experiment for why aspirin may be prescribed to be a patient of risk of coronary? Meaning of coronary is clotting or coagulation in heart disease. Reduce symptoms of pain, reduce blood pressure, relax muscle, reduce the tendency of blood clot. Yes. Yes, D. Which of the following is a correct function of the lymphatic system? Lymphatic system transport fluid to tissue of the blood so they can obtain substance that they need and remove waste product. Transport fluid, what is this transport fluid? To the tissue of the body, from tissue of the body so they can obtain the substance. Transport tissue fluid to the arteries to deliver to cells. Return fluid formed from tissue fluid to circulatory system. Return fluid from circulatory system to the tissues. Return fluid, yes, formed from tissues to circulatory system. Yes, as you looked before in fly. Number 9. The diagram below shows a human heart and some of blood vessels associated with it. Before blood in B, which to Q, what must do? From B, right ventricle, okay, push through pulmonary artery and filtrate upper, then back again by pulmonary veins, 4 pulmonary veins in left atrium, then bound by the left atrium to left ventricle. So pass through capillaries, absorb glucose, transfer heat to skin, no. Travel to the head, no. So must be passed through blood vessels, and the capillaries pass through capillaries 8, yes. The image below show a cross section of blood vessel taken from an arm. Which type of blood vessel? Okay, shown in the image. Contain valves, so it vein. Okay, direction of flow from the image here below show a cross section of blood vessel taken from an arm. Okay, an arm. So from T to S. Oxygenated blood? No, it is carbo-amino oxygenated blood or low in oxygenated blood. So the answer here is vein from T to S and low. So D. Which row in the table below show the correct product produced by anaerobic respiration in yeast and in animal? In animal, okay, lactic acid, yes. So B or D. In yeast, ethanol. Lactic acid, no. Ethanol or carbon dioxide. So B. Glucose is broken down in the chemical process of aerobic respiration. Which row of the table will show the correct product of this breaking down? By breaking down, energy released, yes. Water released, yes. Lactic acid, no. Carbon dioxide, yes. Okay, so we have here 3 results. D. The image below show a leaf palisade cell. This is a one cell palisade cell. What would the correct appearance of the leaf palisade cell be after it has been placed in high concentrated solution? Meaning of high concentrated solution, so the solution low in water, okay, and high in sugar. So by osmosis, water will move from inside the cell to outside the cell. So it will be shrinked and increase in size. But this cell is a plant cell, consists of cell wall at outside that will increase the amount of protoplasm. So C is the correct answer, because cell wall can't change its structure or its volume, but the protoplasm one that contain water will shrink and change its size by decreasing. Number 14. Which of the statement below correct describe the importance of osmosis in plant tissue? Plants are supported by osmosis, filling the cell wall with the water, increasing the strength of the cell. Plants are supported by pressure of water inside cell pressing outward on the cell wall. Plants are supported by the pressure of water outside the cell. Outside? Okay. Pressing inward on the cell. Plants are supported by osmosis, filling the cell membrane with water, increase strength or no. Plants are supported by osmosis, filling the cell wall with water, increasing the strength of the cell. Supported by osmosis, filling the cell wall filled with water? No. Plants are supported by the pressure of water inside cell pressing outside on the cell wall. Or B, C. Plants are supported by pressure of water outside? No, not outside, but inside water. That press, okay, from in to out. From in to out. So B. Which of the structure below is best adapted for diffusion? Ileum, bronchioles, atria, or capillary? The most one of them, capillary. Yes, capillary tubes. Okay, it's a thin wall, so can diffuse gases easily. Why does anaerobic respiration of glucose release less energy in muscle cell than aerobic? Because energy is lost? No. Energy remains trapped in chemical bond in molecular lactic acid? Yes. Because if pyruvic acid change to lactic acid, okay, the amount of energy in the carbon skeleton will be trapped. Energy remains trapped in chemical bond in molecule of ethanol? No. Lost in carbon dioxide? No. So to only B. Which of the following is correct word equation for aerobic respiration in plant? Glucose plus oxygen give carbon dioxide and water. Please focus. Aerobic respiration in plant. Glucose plus oxygen produce carbon dioxide, water. Carbon dioxide, water give glucose and oxygen? No. Glucose, water produce carbon dioxide and oxygen? No. Glucose, carbon dioxide, water and oxygen? No. So A. 4 metabolic reactions that can occur in living organism. C6H12 represent glucose, oxygen mean aerobic, produce carbon dioxide and water, so the first equation represents aerobic. Glucose produce lactic acid, so glucose, lactic acid, anaerobic. Carbon dioxide and water, this is photosynthesis process. Glucose reduce C2H5OH and carbon dioxide. This is an alcoholic fermentation, so we have here acidic fermentation, alcoholic fermentation, photosynthesis process, and aerobic. Which of the above reaction take place in yeast? Yeast, alcoholic fermentation in aerobic, or aerobic may be complete aerobic. So 1 and 4 occur in D, in yeast. Number 19, diagram below show an experiment set up which can be used to investigate gas exchange in a plant leaf. Okay, please careful here. The test tube covered from outside by black cover. Okay, and we have here substance that absorb carbon dioxide. Okay, and the plant here cannot take light from outside due to the black cover. So the only process that will be occurred inside the test tube is cellular respiration. And cellular respiration produce what? Carbon dioxide. Okay, and the carbon dioxide will be absorbed by this substance. So the amount of gas inside this test tube will be reduced, so the ink drop will shrink it and get inside, not outside. Okay, the direction of the ink drop will to left due to respiration D. Which of the following process would relieve the most energy in a cell from one molecule of glucose? Release the most energy. Aerobic respiration in yeast, aerobic respiration in animal, aerobic respiration in plant. All of them are aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration depends on glucose oxidation. So both of them, all of the above. Osmosis. Osmosis is active movement of molecule from region of higher to lower, from their lower to higher concentration. No, movement of water through partial permeable membrane from more concentrated to more dilute solution. Meaning of concentrated mean the solid more than water. Dilute means water more than solids. So no. Particles no. Movement of water, yes. So osmosis means movement of water from more dilute to more concentrated solution. Thank you and goodbye.